Gabbie, congratulations on the release of Two-Way Mirror. It's been out in the world for a little bit now. What has the reaction been like from the fans?
Amazingly positive for the internet, which is really nice. People have been very kind and supportive and surprised. And also the people who are not surprised, like, thanks.
This isn't fun for me.
So how did you get the idea of including voice memos in the EP?
That was something I've actually always wanted to do. I've always wanted to use real voice clips and voicemails, and I was originally going to do it on the upcoming album this time next year, but it fits so well conceptually into this EP. They're all saved on my laptop, so they're all kept in the conversation. So I literally went through our entire relationship, downloaded every single voice note we have ever sent each other, and then listened through them all and found the moments that would propel the story.
How did he feel when you told him, like, hey, I want to put all our voice memos, the most like dramatic moments for millions of people to hear?
So there was a little time period, we didn't talk for like 3 days at one point, and then he hit me up, and one of the first things I said to him was, so I have this idea. In the time that we weren't talking, I sort of compiled all of our most personal messages to each other, and would you mind signing a release? And he said, can I hear it? And I played them for him, and there were a couple things where he was like, would you mind using a different clip for this? But other than that, he didn't give me a hard time at all. He's a very supportive, amazing person. He's really great.
One of my favorite songs on the EP is Perfect Day, and I feel like in a way it almost feels like the heart of the EP. Like I feel like it kind of centers it. And you did note in the title, based on a true story.
No, that wasn't based on a true story. That was a true story.
It is a true story.
Very much exactly the way I say it. That is what happened. We had a perfect day. We went to the beach. We came home. I took a shower. And then it was in the mirror. So you know how if you write something in the mirror, it disappears, but then when it steams up again, you can see the message. So somebody had written it in the mirror, and then he didn't see it because it disappeared, but then it steamed back up again.
Big yikes.
Big yikes.
I feel like that's something that would only happen to you, too, honestly.
Thank you.
Honestly.
That's what I'm saying. But it sounds so fake that's why I had to put a true story in the title, because I'm like, people are going to think I'm writing metaphors because, you know, that's what I do. But no, this is real.
But it wasn't in your handwriting. Then those happy little letters were the saddest thing I'd ever seen.
I think I started writing it on my way home. But what happens with most things that I write songs about is something terrible happens, and then I focus all of that energy into creating something, and then the pain kind of subsides a little, and it's just so much excitement in creating, because that's my favorite thing to do in the world. But then after it's finished and you can't work on it anymore, it's being uploaded to the platforms, it kind of hits you all over again. And then that day that I upload a song, I'm usually crying because I'm reliving the actual experience that I've been pushing down for so long. But it is therapeutic, and it helps a lot to get over things, because you kind of start to look at life as, thank God that horrible thing happened because I created this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Perfect Day was actually originally just supposed to be a little outro track, but there wasn't much written to it, so I was going to do Butterflies and then do Perfect Day as a little outro, because you know how I like to do my little outros.
Love an encore moment.
Yeah, we love an encore moment. But then it just developed into a full song where I wanted people to understand the full story. So then they got split, but they do go hand in hand, obviously, because there's the butterflies.
Yeah. And Same Boy was inspiration for Butterflies too?
The whole EP is the relationship. It was written as it happened. So I wrote Broken Girls in the very beginning, and then wrote Butterflies after we were dating for a little bit, and then Perfect Day came right after.
Beware of butterflies, they'll break your heart, your heart.
I just love your lyrics in your song. So again, this is one of my favorites. And Butterflies, this is gonna hurt, give it all we can, it'll never work, beware of butterflies, they'll break your heart. And I know when you showed the behind the scenes of writing the song, that last line is kind of like a warning that you wanted to give to people.
Yeah, I saw some dating coach talk about this one time, actually, where they said that when you find somebody with a lot of chemistry and you have chemistry with somebody, that's usually something you should stay away from. So when you feel like these extreme butterflies and you have so many strong emotions right away, it's kind of like the bigger the giant, the harder the fall. So be careful, because this is going to spiral out of control. Sometimes, I mean, it's a little pessimistic, I guess, but
it's
me.
tricky.
It's my brand.
Are you getting those comments like, oh my god, who's gonna want
Not
to date
really.
you?
I've seen a couple reaction videos that were really funny, like, oh, she's crazy. Like, yo, guys, watch out. But no, like, even the guy I wrote it about, we're still, I would say, best friends. And if you know me and you're getting involved with me, you know that I use my real life experiences to create art and music. But I also don't put people on blast and their names. Like, I would never, you know, like, I've also never even really bashed the guy I wrote the EP about. I told my story, but I was never like, this awful person, you did me dirty, blah, 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 because he's not an awful person. He's an amazing person. He just messed up and it hurt me, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not vindictive. I don't want to ruin anyone.
Was he understanding throughout like, the whole process of creating this EP, or even just like writing the songs that are going to be on the album? Was he a part of that process?
There were a couple that I could not send him, like, I asked him to listen to Butterflies and he said I can't. And I asked him to listen to Perfect Day and he said I can't. But then when he finally did, he was like, it's beautiful. They made him like tear up and they hurt him. But I also appreciate him so much for not making me feel bad about doing it. Like, there has never been a moment where he said, please don't do this, or you're hurting me. So guys, I'll keep your identity safe. But also, don't me over.
Moral of the story.
Yeah, don't give me a reason to write something.
I feel like for when you were first releasing music, I feel like people wanted it to be bad. And that must have been difficult for you to kind of put your art out there for the first time.
Honestly,
and get
though, it was so dope because I love proving people wrong. And there's such a great feeling of when people have really low expectations for you and then you just blow them away. And my debut song was like an undeniable bop. You know what I mean? So when people came out with, or started seeing it, they were just like, wow, this is a really good song. And then I put out other good songs.
Yeah.
And now I feel like people are seeing me more as an artist than a YouTuber. And my best performing content on my channel are my music videos. And that feels amazing. So please, I love when people say stuff like, oh, well, she's a YouTuber, she'll still never be mainstream. I can't wait to prove you wrong.